Hello, Quentin Brown here from Web Marketing for Profit. And in this tutorial, we're just going to do a quick intro into ebooks, reports, and magazines. Now, as I said in the text above, basically they're the same sort of product in that we create the product and then turn it into a PDF. Now, for a report or an ebook, this is basically how it looks, and as I said, it's more about the formatting than anything else. And so this goes through and shows people how to set up their own lighting system for doing videos. And so this is what we call an ebook. Of course, it could also be a story, a novel, all sorts of things, just like any other document. However, being a digital product, you could also put links in here, etc. When we come to a magazine, it's still a PDF, just the format is a little bit different. Basically, these don't get read on phones, etc. They mainly get read on tablets. And again, the difference is we can include advertising in a magazine, and it's usually a collection of articles. And because it's a digital magazine, we can definitely use links and advertising because people expect this in magazines. And so as you can see, it's a 2-column layout, whereas an ebook is a single column layout. So there's some advertising. Again, advertising for a mobile website, an article on responsive design, QR codes, etc. So basically what we're going to go through in the tutorials is how we set up our digital magazine business. But you can then use the same concept to do ebooks and reports. Now there are millions of tablets on the market these days. They're all looking for some exceptional content. So if you can create a good magazine, then there's a good chance that you will get a lot of readers and be very successful at it. Now just for your information, Priscilla did our course and created a magazine called Lily. And it has become one of the most successful online magazines on the net. So Lily Online Magazine, look it up. Let's have a quick look. And she was one of our early students, and she basically used a lot of the information we gave her to create her own online magazine. And as you can see now, it's become a huge success. A few years ago, Apple Newsstand brought out this program where magazine creators could upload their magazines and make them available to Apple users. The only trouble is most of the magazines simply took their magazine, created a PDF, and then uploaded it. And so they've got thousands of magazines in the Apple Newsstand, but it wasn't really a huge success because they weren't created for the digital market. As you can see, this one on the left has 5 columns. And you would have to spend a lot of time scrolling and zooming just to be able to read anything. So most traditional magazine producers had no idea of how people read magazines on tablets and digital devices. So what we decided to do was create a magazine especially designed for the tablet market. And so as you can see with our magazine, it's a lot bigger, it's easier to read on a tablet, and we minimize it down to just 2 columns at the most. It's much easier to read, provides a much better experience for the reader, and it will work on all platforms, not just Apple. So people with Android, Windows, and Apple can all read our magazines. Now we made them for ourselves, so this is our personal magazine, and we also created magazines for other businesses to highlight their products and services. You can use these magazines to promote your products, your services, your customer products. You can update your customers, dominate a niche. You can reach mobile users, pad users, desktop users. You can build a use, and you can also profit from advertising. Get your magazine really rolling along. And as I said, Priscilla did this with her Lily magazine, and she was getting requests from some of the top cosmetic and designers to put ads in her magazine. In this course, you're going to discover how to make the covers, how to easily build a cover for your magazine. Now, if you went out and got a designer to do it for you, it could cost anything from about $200 to $500. However, we'll show you exactly how to do it yourself for nothing just by using some templates, and we'll provide them to you so you'll be able to put together your own magazine cover. Now, for those of you that don't have Photoshop, we'll also show you how to do it in Pixlr. So very simple. Once you've designed the cover, we want to start getting some content. We'll show you where to find great content without having to write it all yourself. You probably want to write some of the articles yourself to build up that personality within your magazine, and then you can pad it with articles from guest writers or other places. But we'll show you how to do all that as well. Next, we'll show you how to format it. Now, we write our reports and our ebooks in a word processor like Word or Google Docs or OpenOffice, any of the word processing programs. But when we're doing magazines, we use PowerPoint. And the reason we use PowerPoint is it allows us to move columns around a lot easier, to include photos, etc. It just gives you a lot more ability to design your magazine. We started off using a publishing program. I found it very complex because basically they're designed for the print industry, whereas for the digital industry, we don't need it to be quite so specific. And so by using PowerPoint, you can use it on Google Docs, OpenOffice. There are lots of free PowerPoint style programs around. Then we're going to show you a little bit about distribution, as there are hundreds of places you can put your magazine so people can download it, you can sell it, etc. So we'll have a look at distribution. And finally, within the program that you've bought on the stick, you will also get access to our forum so you can collaborate with others, share and cross-promote your magazines, etc. Let's go have a look at these tutorials and show you how to build your own digital magazines.